this is Donna. I'm going to show you how to do the half double crochet stitch. Chain 2 more than the number of stitches you want in your row. So I've chained 7, so I should wind up making rows of 5 because we're going to skip the first 2 stitches from our hook. So we're going to skip this stitch and this stitch. So yarn over, insert your hook under the top of the V of your 3rd stitch. See how I have all the V's facing me? So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 into the 3rd. Yarn over, insert hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over. And you see I have 3 yarns. I'm going to pull through all 3 at once. Very fast stitch, and it's a pretty nice stitch, pretty big stitch. I'm going to mark this first stitch, and it will make it a lot easier to see what's going on my way back down the row. Okay. Yarn over, insert hook, in the top of the V, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3. We're marking that first stitch, so as we keep doing our rows, our work isn't getting skinnier and skinnier. If we occasionally drop a stitch, it'll help prevent that. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3. Got 2 more. Very easy, fast stitch. One, very last one. Here we go. Now, I started with 7. We skipped 2, which is our first stitch here to make our height stitch. So I should have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very good. To start the next row, turn your work counterclockwise, chain 2, 1. On the second chain, it's helpful to make that loop just a tiny bit bigger, not tons, just a little bigger. And now I'm going to mark this because, like I said, our chain stitches are going to be our first stitch. And if the pattern says differently, if it says, just follow the pattern. But normally, for the half double crochet and up, your height stitches are your first stitch. So we're going to yarn over. We're not going to work in this first stitch next to it because it's connected to our height stitches. We're going to insert our hook in both parts of the V of the second stitch from the hook. So yarn over, pull through, and we have 3 on the hook. So just as before, we pull through all 3. Okay. Pull through all 3. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through all 3. And now, see, if you weren't careful, you could easily just skip this. So since I had it marked, it reminds me I have that last stitch to pick up. Now I'm using a little bit of heavier yarn and a bigger hook so you can see what's going on here. So that sometimes at the end it's hard to get your needle in that stitch, especially since I'm using a fat hook. There we go. And yarn over, pull through all 3. I'll show you how to start the next row one more time. So I still have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Turn your work counterclockwise. I'd say dropping stitches is the biggest mistake that new crocheters tend to do. So 2 height stitches. 1, and on the second one, pull up just a tad. 2. Again, we're going to mark this so we don't drop it on the way back. And if you don't feel you need to do that, that's fine. And you can just use a colored paper clip. Yarn over and go into the second stitch. Pick up both pieces of the V. Yarn over, pull through. And then yarn over and pull through all 3 on the hook. Just continue on our merry way. I could keep doing this and make a real skinny belt, or I could start with more stitches and make a pot holder, and so forth. All types of things you can do. Now, again, this helps remind me I have to work into that last stitch. And again, if your pattern says work into the first stitch next to the hook, go ahead and do that. Because there is creativity with any needlework. It's not, nothing's ever black and white, right? So. Picked up too many there. There we go. There. Had to do a little recovery. There you go. So I'm staying nice and square. Still have 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You just continue on like that. I hope this is helpful to get you started with the half double crochet stitch.